It is International Women's Day with the 2023 theme on innovation and technology for gender equality. We do want to shift the conversation to mentorship for female professionals, particularly in the field of economics. And we're joined by one of the most prominent economists in Nigeria, Chinwe Egwim, who's the chief economist at Coronation Merchant Bank. Chinwe, happy International Women's Day. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us. I know you got a busy day today. What do you think of this year's theme for International Women's Day? Is there a path to gender equality via technology?
Well, thanks, Rutus, for having me. I think the theme is apt and relevant, and to an extent, the theme allows us to take time out to appraise and appreciate the forward steps towards gender equality that have been made in recent years. Now, technology is an enabler, and we have seen it enhance connectedness in the global village, hence providing better access to opportunities for young girls and women. This evolving trend will attract positive implications such as a boost to output, revenue diversification, ease in the unemployment rate as well, and of course, better consumption patterns. So yeah, using gender lenses and technology as an enabler bodes well for economic fundamentals, especially for a country like Nigeria that has 50% of its population as women.
And so still on gender, technology's role in gender equality, can we get there in the developing world with our infrastructure challenges?
We can, but it requires implementing the right set of policies, pushing for relevant reforms. Of course, there are growing concerns around closing the gender gap in select African countries as being a cosmetic exercise because the penetration effect is not always visible or felt. However, anecdotal evidence on the back of decent surveys show that good progress has been made in closing the gender gap across select sectors within select economies as well. But is there still vast room for improvement? Yeah, the answer is yes.
All right, so let's move to mentorship of female professionals. You, the chief economist of a major institution, your resume is stacked. Did you get any mentoring from female professionals as your career progressed?
Oh yes, I did, and I still do. I have about 17 active mentors. 9 of them are female. 5 out of these 9 female mentors are within or have finance backgrounds. I have benefited from proper guidance using career maps, learning from their experiences, and gaining access to opportunities that sharpen my existing skills. My mentors have also taught me how to strengthen my goodwill currency and are consistently helping me to broaden my network, which is incredibly important in corporate Africa.
All right, so speaking of corporate Africa, not everyone is fortunate to be born into a 2-parent household, but whether it's parents or guardians, can you speak to the importance of their roles in shaping careers for women?
Okay, from my vantage point, I would say my parents played a major role with regards to my current career path. My undergraduate and postgraduate degrees are in economics, and the former was mainly due to pressure from my parents wanting me to study economics. I initially got admitted to study chemical engineering, but that was altered to economics. Also, their constant advice and guidance on how I would use my degree to add value after graduation contributed to the consistency that you see now. I never really knew what gender issues were or that they even existed until I went into the university. My siblings are men, and as children, we were all treated as the same when it came to opportunities offered by my parents. So in a nutshell, my answer is yes, parents and guardians, they do play a major role in shaping the career path of a young girl.
All right, so what about playing it forward or passing it on? You've mentioned your multiple mentors. Are you a mentor to others, other female professionals? And what's your assessment, importantly, of mentorship programs for women in corporate Nigeria?
Okay, well, yes, I am. I am a mentor. I currently mentor about 32 young professionals. Not all of them are economists, but I have about 15 that have economic backgrounds. From my experience, the youngins that are in final year of economics do not have an affinity towards core macroeconomics as their career choice. But however, those of my mentees that have graduated from the university and are currently working, I find that they apply themselves as economists, but in roles such as risk management, business development, and strategy. And that is fine. That is fine. Not everyone would go into core macro or financial or development economics. Now, regarding the second part of your question, mentorship programs, I think mentorship programs for women are necessary. Most times they address issues that are peculiar to women in the corporate space, but it is worth mentioning that the posture of the mentee matters a lot. So a disposition to learn and soak value from your matched mentor is key to unlocking the benefits of these mentorship programs.
Now, with respect to the field of economics in Nigeria, between graduates from universities to the mentorship programs you've mentioned, do we have a healthy pipeline for women? Because you kind of alluded there in your last answer that you're not seeing much in macroeconomic studies.
Yeah, you know what? I do my best to engage university students, especially those in economics departments, and there is a healthy number of female economics students, at least in the schools that I engage. However, we have to understand, as I said, that economics as a degree is vast, and different people study this course for different reasons. Some are studying it to gain knowledge for entrepreneurial purposes, some for career fields like business development and strategy that I mentioned earlier. So not everyone is interested in practicing as core macroeconomist or financial development economist. And of course, as I said, that is okay. Everyone is entitled to their preference. However, I do believe that in the near term, we should see more female macro and financial economists within corporate Africa.
Final question, Chinwe. When you look at are we making progress in gender inclusion and gender equality, or there's still work to be done?
Oh, wow. There is still much work to be done. It is important to highlight that in Nigeria, women and girls continue to face significant challenges and barriers in many areas of their lives, including education, employment, healthcare, and political representation. However, there has been some positive developments in recent years. For example, the Nigeria's national gender policy, which was adopted in 2006, it does provide a framework for promoting gender equality and, of course, women empowerment. Also, the government has taken forward steps to increase access to education and healthcare for women and girls. And there are many grassroots organizations working to promote gender equality. So the hope is that the incoming administration can help create a more inclusive society for all by continuing to support initiatives and policies that promote gender equality and, of course, empower women.
All right, Chinwe Egwim, Chief Economist at Coronation Merchant Bank. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us on International Women's Day. Appreciate your time.